What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to do, and I can't believe I'm saying this, DC Universe Podcast, episode 11. I can't believe we've been doing this for 11 weeks. But, as you guys know, this is one of my favorite videos I get to make for you guys. So, we have 5 topics today, and yeah, we're gonna get the bad news out of the way first. So HBO, they renewed a bunch of shows. They renewed House of the Dragon. They renewed Night of the Seven Kingdoms. They renewed Task. They renewed I Love LA. They renewed a bunch of shows. But in that also, they delayed Lanterns. They delayed Lanterns to late summer 2026. They delayed Lanterns to late summer 2026. And is it disappointing? Yes, it's disappointing. It's very disappointing. But for me, me personally, I say take as much time as you need with Lanterns. Because, guys, if this Lanterns show doesn't work, then we'll probably never get a Green Lantern adaptation again in live action, right? So for me, this show is one of my most anticipated shows of next year, right? Because I just want to see what they do, and you guys know I've pretty much loved everything that James Gunn has done in the DCU so far. But I'm very excited for next year, because next year we get things in James Gunn's DCU that aren't made by James Gunn. Because he said, hey, this universe, yes, I'm the head of this universe, but it's not the James Gunn universe. It's the DC universe. So next year we get Supergirl. Next year we get Lanterns. And it sucks that Lanterns got delayed, but you know what this means, guys? We could work on the special effects more, right? They could, Lanterns, even though they've said it's more grounded and stuff like that, dude, don't get it twisted. We're still gonna have, them making constructs and stuff like that. And we're probably gonna see the Guardians and Oa and maybe some aliens and, stuff like that, and it's this is a TV show where Green Lanterns are a main character, right? So you need to make sure your CG's on point, right? And it's HBO, so I have faith in what they're doing, right? Because every HBO show is at least good, and most of them are great. But for me, yes, it's disappointing, but for me, as I've said, I want this show to be good. I want a Green Lantern. I want Green Lantern to get the love and show people how cool he is, right? Um, right? Because I don't like the Green Lantern movie, like most people don't. But for me, I want a version of Green Lantern that we can all look back and say you did a good job on, right? And the people that they've cast, yes, I have my reservations about Kyle Chandler being 60 years old, but he is a great actor, right? And he'll be a great Hal Jordan. Aaron Pierre, if you want to see Aaron Pierre be John Stewart without a Green Lantern ring, watch what's it called? Rebel Ridge, right? That's when I knew this guy's gonna be perfect for the role, right? So I'm still really stoked for this show, but it did get delayed, and yeah, so the rest of the topics that I have in this video are really, really good though, so yeah. So, next topic. So, Pierce Brosnan, said, now, this is a rumor. I want to make this part very, very clear. The Lantern thing is not a rumor. It's confirmed by HBO. But the rest of these stories are rumors, right? So Pierce Brosnan said he was doing an interview and he said, oh yeah, I'm in the next Superman movie. Now, Pierce Brosnan could have got confused. Because I'm sure they're not just gonna cast Pierce Brosnan for one movie and be like, "You're done," right? Right. Pierce Brosnan played Doctor Fate in Black Adam. For those of y'all that don't know, and he did a great job of it. And um, Pierce, if they were to bring Pierce Brosnan into the DCU, I would be very excited. Doctor Fate was one of the best parts of Black Adam. Doctor Fate and Hawkman were the two best parts, and obviously the Henry Cavill cameo, which is void now because we got David Cornsweet. But like in terms of the main movie itself, the two best parts of Black Adam were Pierce Brosnan and Aldous Hodge, and if you bring back Pierce Brosnan as Doctor Fate, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think it would just be adding more talent to your DCU stable, right, that you're building, and yeah, like now he could have got confused because they could have told him, hey, before there was the DCU reboot, that when James Gunn took over, they could have told him, hey, we want you to appear in Man of Steel 2. That could have happened. Or he could be talking about this movie where, yeah, I'm appearing in it. And he just slipped up and he said, yeah, I'm appearing in it, right? It would make sense because we're going to talk about a plot leak later about Man of Tomorrow. It would make sense to have as many heroes as possible. And if you start to bring in, like, Dr. Fate, you could slowly start to set up the magical side of the DCU, right? Like you did in Creature Commandos with Cersei being around and stuff like that. So, yeah. What do you guys think about Pierce Brosnan possibly returning for Man of Tomorrow? Topic number 3. This is another rumor. Wonder Woman might be in Man of Tomorrow. So, this is a rumor because it could be multiple characters, and I'll tell you why. Because would I love to see Diana and Bruce in Man of Tomorrow? Yes, I would. Because it makes sense. It's not like if it makes sense for both Diana and Bruce to appear in Man of Tomorrow because Brainiac is the villain, right? So Brainiac wouldn't just be trying to take down Metropolis, he would be trying to take down the whole world, right? So, like, it makes sense for Diana and Bruce to show up in Man of Tomorrow to a certain extent. So there is a rumor, or it's not even a rumor, there's a casting description, because Superman starts filming in April, so we should get castings soon for characters and stuff like that. We should get castings for both Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves for Batman 2 and Man of Tomorrow fairly soon here, because we both start filming in April, right? So, so there's a casting description of a quote 20 early to late 20s woman that is taller than usual, and she is a warrior. They don't say warrior princess, they say warrior, right? And that's the casting description. So, it could be Wonder Woman, but it could also be a character named, and I hope I'm pronouncing this name right, Foxima. Now, I think I'm pronouncing that name right. Foxima is a character that's super, well, not super related to Superman, but she debuted in the Superman comics, and she's an alien from another planet that is also a warrior princess, and she uh, she has a crush on Superman, and she wants to get revenge on Brainiac. So it could be her. Um, it could be her. Again, if it was between the two, and James Gunn were to call me and say, hey, which character do you want in this movie? I can either write it with Wonder Woman or I can write it with Foxima. I would say Wonder Woman because you need to introduce the other two members of the Trinity, right? And right, but I'm not James Gunn, right? So I don't know what he's thinking, right? But like for me, for me, I think as many heroes as possible is what we need to stop Brainiac, right? Like, um, so if Wonder Woman were to show up in Man of Tomorrow and they were to write her in properly and not just shove her in for like, oh look, the DCU is expanding, but if they were to write her in properly and stuff like that, then yeah, I would love to see Diana in Man of Tomorrow before her own movie. So yeah, um, what do you guys think about Wonder Woman potentially being in Man of Tomorrow? And then the last topic I have for you today is like this more or yesterday there was a big report from the Wrap that came out, and then a bunch of other news outlets and leakers have confirmed this, and James Gunn hasn't shut it down yet. So, but there's a big rumor going around that the basic plot of Man of Tomorrow has came out, and I mean very basic plot. So they're like, once Brainiac comes to Earth, um, all heroes are gonna know about it. So like the Justice Gang will be back, Checkmate will be back. Yes. Oh yeah, Team Peacemaker is confirmed to come back in Man of Tomorrow. James Gunn confirmed that last week as well. Right? So add 6 members to the cast. Right, right. Um um so yeah, like so if all like the one thing that I don't want this movie turning into, and I'm not concerned about it because James Gunn did such a good job with Superman, and it was still a Superman and uh, it was still a Superman movie, right? And this is rumored to be more of a Lex movie, so like Lex and Superman together, their movie. So like for me, like the one thing that I don't want this movie turning into is a proto Justice League movie, right? Um, right? But I have no concerns about that, because like James Gunn did such a good job with Superman where it's still a Superman movie. Like Guy Gardner's in it, Hawk Girl's in it, Terrific's in it, but it's still a Superman movie. So, um, but yeah, like I would believe that, right? Because you're gonna need more people than just Clark and Lex teaming up to stop Brainiac, right? You're gonna need uh like if I were to build a team, I would put like the Justice Gang on that team, Wonder Woman on that team, Batman on that team, Superman and Lex Luthor. Those are the members that I would put on the team, and I would also throw in John Stewart Green Lantern too, right? So like I would put like those heavy hitters on a team, and um, and even then you might have trouble stopping Brainiac. So like And that's why I said, like, it's realistic if people were to think that DCU Batman would make his appearance and Diana would make her appearance in the DCU in this movie, because like even for Bruce, even if Bruce doesn't help Clark stop Brainiac, he could go to Clark and be like, we should talk or something like that, right? Because if this is a Batman that is deep into his career, like Batman in his prime, then he will probably already know about metahumans and aliens and things like that. So yeah, like again, and Diana, the one thing that I hope they do with Diana is set her movie and her future in the present day, right? Like, I get it, like telling the World War II. I mean, I think it would actually World War One Wonder Woman story. That's cool, but like, and it's cool to see how she became Wonder Woman. But like, I want to see her interact with Clark. I want to see her interact with Bruce. I want to see her interact with Swamp Thing, Zatanna, Dr. Fate. I want to see her interact with Green Lantern, right? Whoever they get to play Wonder Woman. Now I'm hoping for Adrian or Adrian Arjona, the girl who voiced and mocapped and played Cassandra in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Those are the two that I'm hoping that play Diana in one of those two I hope plays Diana in the DC universe. So yeah, that is the DC Universe podcast, episode 11. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below about all the topics that I covered today. And thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great day. And God bless you guys.